Have you ever had a moment in the studio where you're watching all the chaos go down and you're like, this song's going to be a fucking hit? Like, what am I listening to? You know?
You know what? They're very few and far between because I've said, "Oh, this song's going to be a hit," and like nothing's happened. But I was very fortunate that I was at the beginning of Imagine Dragons' career. So I was working with them when they were nobodies in Vegas, just a bunch of young post grads slugging it out and doing whatever it took and working their butts off to become successful. And so Dan Reynolds, the singer for Imagine Dragons, one of his brothers, he comes from a very large family. One of his brothers, Robert, is the Killers lawyer and manager, and the Killers are from Las Vegas. And so I knew Robert from working with the Killers and doing the Sam's Town album with Flood and Alan Moulder, and then doing their Sawdust album with Stuart Price. And I knew the guys very well, and I knew the family well. So it was a matter of time that, and his other brother, Clinton, was my dentist. And his other brother, Mac, was their lawyer and manager. So it was only a matter of time that I actually met the band and started working with the band. And it was a whirlwind, man. It was, they were sitting there. I met them on what was called a First Friday in Las Vegas. It's like a big arts fair, music stuff. It's the first Friday of every month. And that's where I saw them play. They were like on a little Conestoga wagon, and they were really good, man. It was like the crowd was into it. And I knew these guys were going to go somewhere. I just saw the way their presence on stage. I saw how they were communicating with each other. And obviously having, being under the tutelage of their brother, Robert, who has had so much success with the Killers, it was inevitable. So they came to the studio. We cut a single called America, which is on the deluxe version. I recorded and mixed it and made it on the big version. And then we cut the It's Time EP with Brendan Darner producing. It was mixed by Mark Needham. I recorded it. And, I think like a month went by. And then the next thing you know, It's Time's all over the radio. I mean, like all over the radio. And these guys are getting some serious looks. And then they get signed. They get picked up by Alex the Kid at Kid in the Corner Records, which is a subsidiary of Interscope. And it was just me and the band in there doing their freshman record, Night Visions. And that's the album that had Radioactive on it. And when they popped it up, I was like, oh my God, these guys are going to crush it. And then we finished the record, and then they were on the road for 2 years, and they were all over the place, and they deserved every single bit of it. They are the nicest people I've ever worked with, the most hardworking, and I am very grateful to them as well. And there is always a special place in my heart to the entire band and their staff. They're phenomenal people. I'm grateful.